I live in Burlington. We live in Burlington for the past 10 years. Recently, we discovered on Instagram somebody posted. So I thought, wow, such a place exists here. Let's, I just
Bring
came
your
here today.
family, yeah, which is
And we are,
wonderful.
like, mind blown.
Yeah,
Let's see all these things,
I appreciate the fact that everybody comes. I mean, we just had a lady here that was from Finland,
Whoa.
which I almost think that's the farthest. Yesterday we had two girls in here. I shouldn't say girls. They were probably my grandchildren's age, but they're from California. They were from California, and just my husband. We weren't incredibly busy. We were steady, but not incredibly busy. So he took them around to all the sites. And last week we had someone from Vancouver, British Columbia. You know, so it's last week we had somebody from North Carolina. I mean, it's just fun to have people come, and a lot of times I'll ask, how did you hear about us? And the two girls that were here yesterday heard about it. They're staying at Smuggler's Notch, and apparently there was a booklet, things to do in the area, and this was in the booklet. And I'm going, oh good, I'm so glad we're in somebody's booklet. Because I'm still going back like 10 years or 12 years when I first started to docent, and we'd have a few people wander in, but not too many. And the more, as I said, the more I know, the less I know. Because I was telling this gentleman, both of these are cephalopods, but they're from two different eras. This is from the Ordovician era. This is not. And what's interesting is the kids call it like it is. These are stromatoporoids right here. The kids call those squiggly lines. Little kids call those squiggly lines. Then we have sponges, and the sponges they call circles with bullseyes. And this is a cephalopod, and they call the cephalopods, oh, that looks like a zipper. So they said it was a zipper. I said, okay, these are the zippers. And then you have your gastropods. Okay, and it's different than a cephalopod. This cephalopod.
Barb, I'm gonna go out and take some people.
Okay, hon. This has chambers right here, and this one does not. And your cephalopods are the ones that derive from shells, or snails, I mean. So they like snails. This is a crinoid stem. I think that's what that is. Yes, that's a crinoid. At least a geologist 2 weeks ago said that this was probably a crinoid. This is a trilobite. And trilobites are the ones that look like bugs. I love trilobites. They're cool. And these are I'm still learning, and my brain just went crazy. Where am I? These are bryozoa. These are bryozoa, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 14 years or 12 years or however long I've been doing it, and I'm still learning every day about all of this stuff. And I don't even profess to be an expert, but what I do know is that this is the oldest fossil reef in the world. It's 460 million years old. It would be, if you were standing here 460 million years ago, as would I, we would be under 40 feet of water off the coast of Zimbabwe, Africa, which astounds people. But we have one of these things, which I love, that shows how your tectonic plates moved and moved your continents from down around Antarctica, and how they, with their movement at one time, let's say this is the United States and North America, and this is Africa. At one time they were like this, because someone pointed out to me that Zimbabwe was on the east side of Africa. I said, yes, but this was like that. So it wasn't impossible for them to be, they were together like that. if you go to Zimbabwe, you'll find the same fossils. But what's interesting to me is that the fossils there's no fossils per se. You'll find some all around the island, but what's mainly the rock formations that are on the northern end are shale and slate. And we have what is called a glacial erratic, which is at our site 7, which is a huge boulder that was probably left here when the glaciers receded, and it has nothing to do with any other kind of rock formation here.
So basically, if somebody wants to come and visit, what they're looking at outside are rock formations, correct?
They're looking at fossils. We have fossil sites. We have basically 6 fossil sites where they can see all the different types of fossils in the rocks.
Right.
And then we have the glacial erratic, that's site 7.
Okay.
Which we show that just because it's interesting.
Sure.
You know, that it's totally unlike anything that's here. So I feel like Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other, kind of thing. So that's basically what that is. But the rest of them, you can see at our sites the rocks, and you can see, and kids are great at this. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, especially little kids, because you know they're closer to the ground than I am. But they have such a good time trying to find the cephalopods and the brachiopods and the trilobites and the gastropods and the stromatoporoids.
So basically, it's a great place for kids to come and explore.
Oh, I think it is, because it's outside. We have trails and it's outside. We have this little part right here that shows up close and personal what some of these things look like. We have the film strip or the DVD that's about 6 or 7 minutes that probably tells everything that I just said, only better. And then we have, I love this, I don't even know what they call this, but it shows the movement of the tectonic plates and how everything worked, because this would be your glaciers right here, but that was only 50,000 years ago compared to 460 million.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the explanation and letting people know what's here. I think it's a big help, especially for somebody like me that's local and drive by all the time and don't really realize what's in your own backyard.
Well, that's the whole thing. I lived across the lake and I had no idea that this was here. For years. I would find fossils in my yard because I live in Chazy on the lake and on the Lakeshore Road, and never thought anything about it. You know, there's a fossil. Didn't know anything about the fossil.
Right.
Until I started doing stuff here.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Well, you're so welcome. I'm a newbie. Even after 10 or 12 years, I'm a newbie. I said the majority of the work and the founding of all of this was by Linda Fitch, who founded the Isle La Motte Preservation Trust, and Merrill Heeman, who refurbished the barn with the help of a lot of people. And I just think I'm the smallest cog in the wheel, if you want to know. What you really should do is watch the video, and there's a video, and you go to the ILMPT or Isle La Motte Preservation Trust, and there's a video that about 6 or 7 minutes that shows what this is all about, which is very interesting.